We recently asked the Nintendo Life readership which was their all-time favourite Legend of Zelda title, and the response was understandably overwhelming. We can now finally announce a top 10, a list that is sure to stir up quite a bit of heated debate and tense discussion amongst fans all over the globe. Before we begin, we should point out that although we allowed votes for each Zelda outing, even the individual updates such as Wind Waker HD and Link's Awakening DX, where applicable, we've combined those votes to ensure that the list is a manageable size and not full of games tied for the same position. With that out of the way, let's get started. At number 10 we have Link's much maligned second NES adventure, which ignored the top-down perspective seen in the original game and opted for an all-new side-scrolling viewpoint, interspersed with more traditional overworld exploration. The presence of experience levels makes this something of an oddity in the Zelda lineage. While it's arguably not a perfect game, the Adventure of Link obviously has enough fans to ensure its place in the top 10. Ninth place was tied between the original Legend of Zelda and Zelda Minish Cap on the Game Boy Advance. The NES debut has aged surprisingly well when you consider how many years have passed since its release way back in 1986, and still provides plenty of entertainment even today. 2004's Minish Cap, on the other hand, ramps up the complexity and includes some truly sumptuous 2D visuals. Both of these titles are genuine classics, which can thankfully be revisited via the Wii U Virtual Console even today. Following on from Link to the Past, the first handheld Zelda adventure took the visual style seen in the SNES classic and miniaturised it. Despite the obvious drop in graphical quality, some fans consider this pocket-sized 1993 adventure to be one of the finest entries in the entire franchise, and the 1998 Game Boy Color update, Link's Awakening DX, embellished an already amazing game with better visuals and additional content. One of the most dramatically different Zelda adventures in recent memory, A Link Between Worlds shakes up the tried and tested item collection system by giving you access to pretty much everything from the outset. Despite this change in approach, there's enough old school Zelda magic on display to please even the most ardent of fans. Of course, those gorgeous 60 frames per second graphics don't hurt either. Link's swan song on the Wii is a sprawling quest which takes place above and below the clouds. Pushing its host hardware to the limit and showcasing surprisingly accurate motion controls, thanks largely to the Wii Motion Plus controller, Skyward Sword is a real modern day classic, and our fingers are firmly crossed that one day Nintendo will have the good sense to give this noble venture the HD update it so badly deserves. Arguably the cult classic of the Zelda canon, if such a thing exists, Majora's Mask was released on the N64 at a time when many owners had abandoned the system for more powerful hardware. It's so utterly different from most other installments in the franchise that it received criticism at launch from seasoned fans, but time has been somewhat kinder, and it's now one of the games that Nintendo followers request the most when it comes to modern day updates. We're still holding out hope that it will one day grace our 3DS consoles. Launched on the GameCube and Wii simultaneously in 2006, Twilight Princess showcases a darker tone than previous titles. Critically acclaimed upon release, the passage of time has perhaps been slightly harsher on Twilight Princess than it has on other entries in the series. The motion controls on the Wii don't really add that much, aside from arm ache, and the mechanics of the Zelda universe remain largely the same as ever. Nevertheless, Twilight Princess remains a firm favourite, as its ranking at number 4 in our list indicates. Zelda's 16-bit outing has a timeless quality which in the eyes of many fans makes it one of the real gems of the franchise. The dual world concept was groundbreaking for its time, and the dungeons are like finely constructed puzzles, never losing their ability to befuddle and challenge, even after more than 2 decades. Not only is this one of the best Zeldas, it's also one of the best video games ever made, period. Who could forget the wave of negativity that welcomed Wind Waker upon its official unveiling more than a decade ago? Fans reacted badly to the cartoon-like cel-shaded graphics, but thankfully common sense has prevailed, and now this title is celebrated as one of the most unique entries in the series. The visuals have ensured that Wind Waker hasn't aged one bit, and the recent Wii U HD remake only reinforces how sublime the overall presentation is. To the surprise of practically no one, the first 3D Zelda is also the Nintendo Life readership's all-time favourite instalment. Created during a particularly fertile period in Nintendo's history, Ocarina of Time embraced the third dimension when other franchises were still taking tentative baby steps. This release is a masterpiece of video game design, and the subsequent 3DS update proves beyond all doubt how timeless and captivating a title it truly is. So there you have it. Do you agree with the list as it stands? Do you feel that other games should have made it into the top 10? What about Ocarina of Time being crowned the best Zelda of all time? Share your feelings by posting a comment below, and don't forget to join in the discussion by visiting nintendolife.com. Thanks for watching.